Good morning, students. In this session, I am going to discuss about pointers to objects in inheritance. How we are going to use the pointers in inheritance. In previous session, we discussed about the pointers to objects. Here, how we are going to use the pointers to a class. How we are going to save the object address of the object in pointers. Now, in this case, here we are going to use this pointers to object in inheritance. Here a pointer means pointer is a variable which is used to stores the address of another variable, right? Here in this case, here we can create the pointers. Here we can create the pointers to class also. We can create the pointers to class also. Here a pointer of type base class can capable of pointing not only base class object but also the derived class object. Whenever we are going to create any pointer for a base class, for example, here A is the base class, right? A is the base class, B is the derived class. A is the base class, B is the derived class. Now, here I am going to create the pointer to this A. I am going to create the pointer to this A. Pointer to this A means how we are going to create the pointer variable to class A. A, ptr A, obj A, right? ptr A equals to address of obj A. Now this is the creation of pointer to a class A, that is the base class, right? Now if I am going to create the pointer to the base class, it means that here by using this pointer we can access the base class as well as derived class objects. Here a pointer of type base class is capable to pointing. Here this pointer, this ptr A is going to pointing to the this ptr A is going to pointing, this ptr A is the pointer variable now. This pointer variable ptr A is going to pointing to the base class A object, but also the derived class object. It can be pointing to derived class object also. How we are going to create the derived class object? BOBJB. Here whenever we are creating this pointer ptr A for the base class, here in this example A is the base class, B is the derived class. A is the base class, B is the derived class. Here in general if a single class is there, if any class is there, if I am going to create the pointer for this class A, that here this pointer is going to pointing to the object of that particular class only. This pointer is going to pointing to that particular class A only. But now in this case, in inheritance, when we are going to perform the inheritance by using the pointer to object, in that case, here if I am going to create the pointer to the base class, in that particular case, here base class object, here this pointer is going to pointing to the base class object as well as the derived class object. What is the derived class object here? OBJB. What is the base class object here? OBJA. OBJA is the base class object, OBJB is the derived class object. Here single pointer is going to be pointing to the base class object as well as derived class objects if we are going to create the pointer to the base class. Right? Now, what is the second point? When it is pointing to the base class object, it can access all the public members of base class using the indirect selection operator. See here, indirect selection operator is, this is the indirect selection operator minus put the greater than symbol. Here whenever we are going to create any object by object and we are pointing by we are going to save the address of the object in that particular pointer by using this indirect access operator, we can access the public data members of its base class. Here in this example, which one is the base class? A is the base class. In this example, which one is the base class? A is the base class, right? Here, by using this ptr A pointer variable, I can access the public data members of my base class. I can access the public data members of my base class, right? Next. Even when it is pointing to the derived class object, in that case also it can access only the inherited members of base class. See here, in this case, if the pointer is pointing, if this pointer is pointing to this base class object, see here, I'll show here. This is A, right? This is B. This is A, this is B. Now here first I am creating this pointer, base class pointer, star ptr A. Now A O B J A. Here ptr A equals to address of obj A. Here when it is pointing to the base class object, it can access the data members and member functions of base class A. Now if it is pointing to the derived class object, see here, I am going to deriving one object for this one. See here, B OBJB. B OBJB. Now this pointer is pointing to the OBJB, address of OBJB. Now by using this pointer, we can access the derived class public members. We can access the derived class members, right? Derived class public members, and we can access the inherited members. What here? B is the derived class. Now B is going to inherit the public data members of class A. Now by using this one, we can access the inherited data members of A. We can call the inherited data members of A, plus we can call the data members, public data members of B by using this ptr when the pointer variable is pointing to the object B, right? See here, I repeat, here whenever we are going to create any pointer variable to the base class, then it is going to pointing to the derived class object also. It is capable of pointing to the derived class object also. Now when it is pointing to the base class, if we are going to use the pointer variable of the base class, then it can access the public data members of its base class, right? In second case, when it is pointing, the pointer variable is pointing to the objects of its derived class, it can access the data members and member functions of its derived class, plus it can inherit what are the inherited members of this derived class. All the public members of its base class are going to be inherited in its derived class. Now by using this pointer variable, we can access the inherited members of its base class, and it doesn't have any access to the derived class members directly, right? See here, I'm going to explain with an example. Here class A is there. In class A, I am going to declare P is the data member, void display is there. P is the one data member is there, void display is the one method is there. Now here for this in class A, I am declaring this display method. Now outside the class, I am going to defining this one. How I am going to defining this one? By using this scope resolution operator. By using this scope resolution operator, I am going to defining this member. Now see out, base class data member P is P value. Now I am going to display the value of P, right? Now here I am going to deriving one class B public. In public mode, I am going to deriving one class B public A public. Here in previous class I am declaring int P. In this case, in derived class, I am going to declaring Q and print. Here I am going to printing, in this case I am going to printing the derived class data member. I am going to printing the derived class data member, right? Now here, now I am going to creating the object. Now here I am going to creating the object. Here int void main is there, right? Int main is there in this case. Here int main void a obj, I am creating the object for this one. Now here a is the base class. For this base class ptr a obj, here we are creating the pointer variable to the base class. Here we are creating the pointer variable to the base class. Now I am going to create one more object, b obj. Here we are creating one object a obj for the class a. Here I am creating one object b obj for class b. Here we are creating only one pointer variable, that is ptr a obj. See here, now aobj.p directly we can access aobj.p. See here, this p is the data member of class a, so p is the data member of class a, so directly by using the object of a we can access aobj.p equals to 20, right? aobj display means directly control is going to transfer here white display, it is going to execute cout base class data member p. What is the p value? 20. P value is 20, right? Up to here clear? Here we are calling the data member base class data members and member function by using the base class object. Whenever we are calling the data members and member function by using the object, we have to use this dot operator. Right? Now next is obj.p equals to 20 obj.display. Now ptra, here pointer variable is there. Now ptra equals to address of obja. Here I am going to give the address of this a obj operator in ptra. ptra obj p. Now I am assigning 40 value to p by using this indirect operator. Here I am assigning the value 40 to the variable p. Now here assigning is completed. Now ptra obj pointer variable of base class is going to access, it is going to try to access the display function which is present in the base class. Now directly control is going to transfer here, it is going to display the value base class data member p value. What is the p value here? P value is 40, right? Up to here clear? We are accessing the data members of base class by using the object aobj, by using the pointer variable ptra obj. Now in the second slide, here bobj.p equals to 60, bobj.q equals to 80. Is it possible to access the p variable by using the bobj object, class b object? Yes. Why? Because class b is the derived class for class a. So we can access the data members, member functions which are present in public mode can access by the object of its derived class. See here, bobj.p equals to 60. We can access bobj.q equals to 80. We can access directly bobj print. Directly control is going to transfer here print value here derived class data member p comma q values. What are the p comma q values here? 60 comma 80. Directly it is going to print 60 comma 80, right? Now I am going to save the address here in pointer a variable. See here in first point we are saying that a pointer of type base class is capable of pointing not only the base class object but also the derived class object. See here in this example, I am going to save the address of obj in pointer variable. What is this pointer variable? Pointer variable of its base class. Pointer variable of its base class. I am going to save the address of bobj in pointer variable. Yes, this statement is also the right one. Now by using this pointer variable we can access the public data members of its base class ptra obj p. What is this p? See here, p is the public data member of its base class. A is the base class, p is the public data member of its base class. Directly we can access, right? This statement is also the right one. Now here ptra obj display, we can access this display function, right? Why? Because see here, this display function is also the public data member of its base class. This display function is also the public data member of its base class. That's the reason directly we can access p and display by using the pointer object of class b, class derived class. Up to here clear? Now ptr a objq equals to 100. Now this statement is not going to execute. Why? Because here there will be no access to derived class member. See here, see the third point here, it does not have, see here, check this one, it does not have any access to the derived class member directly, right? By using this pointer variable we can't access the derived class members directly. Here, see here, what is this q, what is this q here, q, see, q is the derived class member, right? Q is the derived class member for this class b, so directly we can't access the derived class member by using the pointer object, by using the pointer, right? See here, ptr obj, here in this case also we are going to get the error. Why? Because this print is also the derived class method. So by using this pointer, by using this pointer variable, by using this pointer variable of base class, we can't access the derived class members directly. We can't access the derived class members directly. See here, what is the output of my program? First it is going to print the p value. What is the p value? 20. See here, base class data member p 20. Now see, what is the next one? P value, ptr a obj p equals to 40, ptr obj display. Now value of p is 40, base class data member p is 40, right? Now what is the next statement? See here, obj b obj dot p 60, q 80. So my value is derived class data members p comma q is 60 comma 80, 60 comma 80, right? Again display function is there. By using this display function we are going to get the 90 value. See, base class data member is 60. Here we are passing the 60 value now, where base class pointer is 60. Now I am going to try to execute this program by using this Dev C++ software. File, new, what is my first line of my program? Hash include iostream, hash include iostream, right? Next is using namespace std, using namespace std, class a, class a public, class a public. In class a public, what I am going to declaring here? int p, int p. Next is void display, int p void display, void, right? And semicolon, right? Class is completed. Now after the class declaration, now I am going to defining this function, void display function, class a display, display void and open the braces, cout, here base class data members are, what is the base class data member here? P, right? And L. Now closing the braces. Now I am going to defining class B, derived class B in public mode. I am going to accessing this one, public class A. Public class A. In this case, here I am going to define public. What are the variables here? We are declaring int q, void print, right? Void print void, right? Void print void. Here class declaration is completed. Now I have to define the print class outside the class. So I have to take void. What is the class name? B, function name print, right? Print void, and open the braces, write cout derived class data members are p comma q. Now first I have to save the value of p space, and next I am going to save the value of q, next and l, right? Sorry, and l. Here I am going to displaying the derived class. Up to here clear? Now write the main function, int main, void, open the braces. First I am going to create the object, a obj, right? I am creating the a object, right? Now I am creating the pointer object star ptra obj, and directly we can write ptra, right? Now here I am going to create the object for b, obj, right? Now I am going to save the address of object a in pointer variable, right? Here first check, we will check this one by using this object. How we are going to access this one? obj dot p equals to 20, right? Next is a obj dot display, right? Now ptra equals to address of a obj. Now by using this ptra I am going to assigning the value p equals to 40, right? ptra display, right? ptra display. Now here up to here, by using this object of a, we are accessing this one. By using this pointer variable, I am accessing these two, p and display function. Now by here I am going to try to add obj by using the object of class b dot p equals to 60, right? Obj dot q equals to 80, right? Now obj dot print, right? obj dot print, right? Now here I am going to try to save this value ptra A equals to address of BOBJ, right? Now by using this one, we can access the data members and member functions of its base class. Data members and member functions of its base class. PTRA, then P equals to 90, right? PTRA display, right? We can't access Q and this one. Now here first I'll save this program. Try to execute this one. Execute, compile. See, no errors are there, no warnings are there. Now execute, run. Wait for some time. See here, base class data members are 20. First base class data member is 40. Derived class data members are 60 and 90. Base class data member is 90. See here. Same thing now. First is 20, then 40, then 60, 80, then 90. Here, if I am going to try PTRA Q equals to, so here Q equals to 98, right? PTRA print. These two are the data member functions of derived class. Now we are going to get the error. We are going to get the error here. These two lines are the error lines. Why? Because directly we can't access this Q and print here. Why? Because this Q and print are the derived class members. That's the reason we can't access Q and print directly by using the pointer variable. By using the pointer variable of its base class. These two are the error lines. So now I am saving this program. Now I am going to try to execute this one, but we are going to get two errors here. See here, class A has no member Q. Class A has no member named print. Why? Because Q and print both are the data members and member function of its derived class B. So by using the pointer variable of base class, we can't access the derived class member. See here in this first point. See here, it does not access any derived class data members directly. See here, this point is, third point is there now. Here by using the pointer variable is not going to access the derived class members directly, right? Here these two Q and print are the derived class members. That's the reason that particular base class pointer is not going to access this one, right? Now again I am going to execute this one. See here, no errors are there. Here what are the value? Whenever we are going to write obj.20, directly control is going to transfer here. Now display is there. By using this display, we are going to get obj.display is 20 value. Now PTRA pointer 40, PTRA display means directly control is going to transfer here. It is going to display the value 40. Now first it is going to display 20 value, then it is going to display 40 value. Now by using this obj object of class B, we are assigning 60 value to P, 80 value to Q, then B obj.P, directly we can access P comma Q. By using the object, we can access the Q and this one print function. See here, by using this object we can access this Q, right? But by using this, whenever we are going to assigning the address of BOBJ to PTRA, we can't access the Q variable. We can't access the Q data member. Why? Because Q data member is the data member of its derived class. Right? Run this one. 20, 40, P comma Q, 60 comma 80 or 90. Right? Thank you. With this, I am going to conclude this one. In next class, I am going to explain how we are going to use the constructors by using the pointers. Right? Thank you.